Here on the front side at Sha Tin Racecourse with a very familiar face to our North American audience, Hugh Bowman, the Australian Racing Hall of Famer and the famous jockey of the Mighty Winx, who we all know back in North America. Huey, big week here in Hong Kong and you're busy too, lots of bullets.
Sure, yeah, it's obviously based here in Hong Kong now after a successful career in Australia. Sort of the headline week of our year here in Hong Kong. I've been here 3 years now and looking forward to the Hong Kong International races this Sunday.
Yeah, and we've got the HPIbet here on Sunday. Before that, the IJC. We'll come back and talk to you about your IJC rides in a little bit, but let's start by running through a few of your rides on Sunday at HPIbet, and we'll start with the sprint, Helios Express.
Yes.
Any other time might have been a multiple Group 1 winner, but you're up against Ka Ying Rising. How are you feeling about his chances on Sunday?
Well, the horse is going very well. He's really progressing well through his preparation. He's had 2 runs now. The difficulty with him is of course Ka Ying Rising, who is seemingly just too good for us. But Helios Express is an ultra consistent horse. He's an absolute pleasure to work with. He always delivers, and I don't see any reason why he can't give a peak performance this Sunday.
Nice. Well, yeah, and you were second in the race last year, I believe. And is there any sort of situation where you're in to win the race, or is it just more about picking up the pieces?
Look, I mean, obviously it's high-level competition, but ultimately we need to ride our horse and expect our horse to run to the best of his capabilities. That's all we can ask. And if things go our way, well, we know what he's capable of. But Ka Ying Rising, he seems to have... he seems bulletproof because he's got tactical speed, he controls the speed from up front, and he runs the time on his own. So he is hard to beat, and we haven't been able to do it yet, but we'll keep attempting to.
You just got to keep trying, right? Well, one horse that you have had some Group 1 success on is Red Lion in a race that's probably a bit more open, the mile. How are you feeling about his chances?
Well, he's going well too. He's progressing through his preparation very well. This horse ran a credible race in the race last year. I think it's a bit of a stronger addition this year, in fact. So, we'll be relying on some tactical advantages like speed and maybe a good barrier for him to possibly win the race. But I think Voyage Bubble is probably one of the main dangers, and we managed to beat him at Group 1 level earlier this year. So the horse is certainly capable if things sort of pan out to suit him.
Yeah, you were one of the only horses to beat Voyage Bubble last season pretty much, so all the best there in the mile. Let's move on to the Cup and Massive Sovereign, the Hong Kong Derby champion. You pick up the ride on him. You've been riding him in the mornings?
I've sat on him a few times. I've given him a trial. Obviously he's got to take on the superstar Romantic Warrior. So, there's some pretty strong competition here this week, and understandably so. The prize money in the racing level is very high. Massive Sovereign, he looks outstanding, he's moving well. But, realistically, I think, if we can run in the first 4 or 5, we'd be really satisfied with that with him.
Right. All right, and we move on to the Vase, the final race on HKR Day, and another open race, I would say, and you're on a horse that I guess makes his own up front moments in time, and it's a race where front runners have had a little bit of good luck, or at least the on-pace gallopers anyway. Yeah,
well, it's always, it's a one race that the Hong Kong local horses do find it hard to win against the European horses coming over here at that 1.5 mile distance. The stamina in the Hong Kong horses just isn't as powerful as the European horses for obvious reasons. But moments in time, he's going. I believe he's in career best form, but he's going to need to be to win.
All right. Well, as we discussed before, you've got 4 chances on HKIR Day, so we wish you all the very best with them. But before that, IJC on Wednesday. First and foremost, North America being represented by one Umberto Rispoli. What do you think it's going to be like having him back in the jocks room at Happy Valley?
Yeah, no, it's great. He's always a bit of a live wire, Umberto. I obviously met him many times prior to his relocation to the United States, and it's been really amazing to see him do so well over there. And yeah, it's a great conglomerate of riders competing in this year's IJC. I've ridden in it. I've had the privilege of riding in it many times, and I think this year's group of jockeys could be, if not the strongest, one of the strongest group that's been involved. So really looking forward to the event.
A few people calling it the best ever lineup, including Bill Nader, the former Hong Kong Jockey Club executive, who's now at the Thoroughbred Owners of California, and he's not alone saying that. You've won it before, back in 2016, the year before you were the Longines world's best jockey as well in 2017. What would it mean to you to come back and win this again, and how do you feel about your chances? Because they're open races and you've got some good shots.
I do. I've got some really nice draws, and I think I've got 4 horses that can all earn points. I don't think I have a standout winning opportunity. There are a couple there in the races, but not many. As you pointed out, the races are really even and fair, and so luck in running and pace of races is going to have a huge influence on the results. But look, my horses have all got nice draws, and they're certainly all capable of winning and certainly scoring points. So if we can get a win, it'll give us a really good opportunity to win the Longines IJC. But above all else, it's just a great competition to be involved in, and as I said before, it's always a privilege to be involved with it, having represented Australia in years gone by and more recently Hong Kong. So fingers crossed.
Indeed, well, you've got plenty of fans that'll be cheering you on from North America, Hughie, and we wish you all the best. Wednesday, IJC, Happy Valley. Race 4 is the first leg of that. That'll be around about 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific, and then we've got the races from Sha Tin Saturday night North American time, where Hughie's got a full book, rides in all of the key races of HKIR. Hughie, all the best. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.